and Enos in his wisdom did so.
So why won't they listen to me? Been there, done that.
But Adanos feared for the day in which the beasts would return to the land.
I used to say that myself.
Don't tell this to anyone.
Got away with it.
Everybody knows by now. That's not what my husband thinks.
You're in for it now. So much for you, lowlife.
Did you run away too?
What makes you think that?
Why would you come here all alone? There's nothing here.
So why are you here?
I can get a bit of peace up here. I always feel so restricted in the city.
Don't you have to work?
Everything I need I can get for myself. I cut the arrows, and nature provides the meat.
So you're a hunter.
Yes, if you want to call it that. But I only hunt what I need for myself, not to earn money.
I only wanted to have a look around.
Okay, be my guest. Would you like a piece of meat?
Yes, gladly.
Here, the finest leg of mole rat, according to my own recipe.
In that case, I'm sure you can teach me something.
Why not? I could show you how to handle a bow.
Show me how to handle a bow. I know nothing about picking locks. I'll never get this open without the right key.
Somebody wants to know.
Who said that?
Somebody wants to know.
What's the matter?
What's the matter? Just look at that mess under the bridge over there. I haven't seen anything like it in my entire life. Those swine should be exterminated, I tell you.
What happened?
I was traveling with my helpers when those horrible brutes came jumping on my cart. I'm lucky that I still know how to dish out a decent ride.
That stuff that...
The cart, the good,
Look, I collected some of...
you can keep it. The only thing that's irreplaceable are the three
stone tablets.
The water mage in town wants to buy them from me. I must have them back at any cost.
Who were those people?
The bandits. Who else? They took over the bridge. They rob everybody who tries to pass. I knew they were lurking up there. So when my cart and my goods must have been... Those scumbags simply jumped from...
What would a...
He said he was going to study them and asked me to bring him more.
Where did you...
I found them near old buildings. I've already sold a whole bunch. They're pretty rare down here, though.
Why don't you...
During that I can still hobble along, but...
You managed to drive back the bandits?
Yes, but I'm sure they're still up there on the bridge.
Can you teach me how to hit hard like that?
Of course I can.
Show me how I can hit harder.
All right, but you help me save my reputation. Then I can show you how to...
Show me your...
I can't sell you anything. I can only sell you... But I won't leave...
Listen to the wrong people.
Tell me that isn't true.
I'm no better off myself.
That was no big deal.
Will it ever change?
Can't rely on that.
Who are you?
I'm Orlan, the keeper of this here modest tavern. What are you looking for, stranger? Maybe a decent sword or a good piece of armor? A good swig from the country stills, or
No idea.
I can give you all that.
Show me your...
Of course, sir.
Not my problem.
Nobody wants to know.
I'd have gone about it differently.
You don't have to tell me that.
It's a bad business.
And there's more, believe me.
You listen to the wrong people.
I used to say that myself.
Do you really believe that?
Same old thing all over again.
Nobody will learn anything from me.
Can't rely on that.
There's nothing you can do about it.
It was his decision, wasn't it?
Nothing amazes me anymore.
Been there, done that.
Nothing amazes me anymore.
That's no secret.
That's really not my problem.
You just have to listen.
That's been known a long time.
Tell me that isn't true.
That doesn't surprise me.
How's it going with your tavern?
Times have been better,
That was
you
no
know?
big deal.
People's purses aren't as open as they used to be.
Who would have thought of that himself?
The things
How
I
much
could
do you...
Give me
tell
50 gold coins.
That's not what I...
Damned expensive.
Then you'll have to look...
That was no big deal.
That was obvious all along.
Is the beer...
It's not exactly the best, but
No idea. You tell me.
What are you doing here?
up until a few weeks ago, I was slaving away on the landowner's fields. One day it just got too much for me, and I took myself out of there straight away. Now I'm my own boss. Everything I own is interested in a little contest.
What kind of a contest would that be?
I call it bottoms up. The rules are quite simple. We take turns ordering a tankard of the best beer the old geezer has to offer. Every tankard has to be drunk dry so that it doesn't even leave a ring if you set it on the table upside down. The last man standing wins. The loser pays the tab and a steak.
Tell me.
Well, how about it?
Maybe some other time, when I'm not in a hurry.
You don't have to tell me that.
Could I bet on someone else, though?
Certainly. If you finally manage to find someone with the guts to go up against me, then I'll bet with you. Everybody pays the same amount into a pot. The winner gets everything. The size of the stake depends on your purse. Bring me someone who dares to go up against me and you've got a bet.
But no, he insisted he knew better.
Did anything else of interest happen?
Not that I know of.
He doesn't see that. I can't help it.
I'm staying out of it.
That doesn't surprise me.
Can't rely on that.
I'd have gone about it differently.
It had to happen sooner or later.
I never knew that.
I'll never get this open without the right key.
He never would have.
I've got no time for things like that.
That's all just gossip.
That was no big deal.
Traveling so far from home, out here you have to be careful.
What are you...
Well, the tavern is the previous inhabitant.
Who used to live in the...
No idea. Probably.
Isn't it too
Well, not if you...
It's not all that...
But deadly. If I ventured too far while I was hunting, all I could do while I was running.
Can you...
Before I...
Nothing to be had there. Nothing to let me head there. Nothing to be had there.
just gossip.
What do we have here?
If you say so. I'm on my way to see the landowner.
Indeed.
You've got that right.
Yep. Over the years, you learn to spot these things, buddy. We get to fight orcs here more often than not.
Do you mean real orcs? Those big things?
I'm talking about... Just a moment. Are you trying to pull my leg?
Oh, far be that from me.
You worm! You're really asking for it, huh? And come and show me what you've got, you hero!
Only kidding.
Yeah, right.
I'm not telling you anything new.
That will never change.
You hardly know who to believe these days.
Yeah, get away from here! He simply needs to practice more.
Will it ever change?
Hey! How's it going?
You're from the city, aren't you? I'd get out of here if I...
Why?
But lately it's because bandits are everywhere.
Are you afraid of the landowner then?
You bet. If the landowner doesn't like people's faces, he sends his mercenaries after him, and that's the last you see of them. So we prefer to keep our mouths closed.
Shouldn't the mercenaries take care of the field raiders?
I don't know what they're being paid for, but certainly not to help us common people. The field raider problem is left to the small farmers who rent the fields from him.
How do you protect yourselves against the bandits?
We don't. We run away. What else?
Keep your chin up.
That's easy for you to say. You live in town after all.
One less monster around.
How are things?
Ah, a new face here on the farm.
I'm not in a...
Oh, I see. I'm not as young as I used. You aren't here because the neighbor...
What's the word?
Oh, I guard the sheep. The animals are very loyal and very smart, you see. If you treat them well, they'll follow you for a lifetime.
Everything else all...
Oh, I can't...
Well, kiddo?
That's no way for a farmhand to talk to me. Just how...
I'm not a field hand.
And what do you want here? We have nothing.
Is that how...
Of course, they need that. Whoever doesn't toe the line...
Has anyone blown your nose for you today?
Leave me alone, you idiot.
I need to talk to your father.
He hasn't got time. But I'm his...
By introducing me to your...
You're a real tough guy and a good fighter.
The best.
I think maybe I...
Never mind, boy. I'll...
If you say...
What are you doing on my land? There's nothing here to steal. Clear off.
Isn't there a piece of land in this blasted country that doesn't belong to anyone?
Go to work. Then maybe someday you can call a piece of land your own. But until then, kindly loaf around somewhere else.
Listen.
I don't have any work for you at the moment. Now go.
So where are we headed then?
Are you the foreman here?
If you want to go ambling across my land, you'll pay me 5 gold coins, or you're in for a good thrashing.
Your land? Are you the farmer here?
You can bet on that. Why else would I make you pay me a toll? I don't mind if you go ask the others about me.
Forget it. You won't get anything from me.
You boys from the city guard are short of money, huh?
Come on and try it then.
Well, in that case...
Hello, beautiful maid.
Stop trying to sweet-talk me, boy.
How's the field work?
Look at these huge fields we have to... Are you looking for farm?
So where are we?
Are you the form?
If you...
If I have...
Thank you, and have an...
What are you doing?
I'm prepared.
Are you a good fighter?
I'm fair with a sword, but with a bow,
Why?
Lately, the farmers have had more and more problems with field raiders. A few of them even managed to get themselves eaten. Fat Onar didn't exactly find that amusing. None of us got our pay for a week, and it was more or less my fault. Now Lee wants me to wipe out the creature's nest by myself, and the other boys have already made bets on whether I'll survive.
Where's the nest?
In the middle of the field here.
We could attack that nest together.
You want to help?
I want to see some gold.
You bastard. Either I pay you. All right, I can pay you 50.
Let's attack the nest.
Right now? You could go back to the...
There's no time.
Good. Then...
One less monster around. One less monster around. One less monster around.
Nothing to plunder.
So, this is where they drag the dead farmers. Disgusting. The filthy things should all be wiped out now. Let's go back.
Wait a minute. What about our agreement?
Are you kidding? You didn't do anything for it.
I think your hide could do with another tanning. I don't like having my leg pulled.
Don't make me cry.
One less monster around. One less monster around. One less monster around.
So, this is where they the filthy thing. Let's go back.
Hey.
What?
Hey, but look at the bright side. You had...
I think you're... I don't like having...
Don't make me cry. Oh man, my head. All right, you're the better fighter. What do you want?
Where do you think you're going?
I wanted to have a look around, that's all.
There's a heap of trouble here for men like you. Are you telling me you just want to look around? Ha! So you're headed for the farm. Why else would you have trudged all the way here, So don't give me any of that bullshit, and let me search you and you can go on your way.
Suit yourself. Search me then.
Now then, let's see what we have here. Ah, gold. It can be very dangerous carrying so much gold around. A lot of mercenaries are real cutthroats, not honest fellows like me. I only want 50 gold pieces from you. That's the toll here. And you only need to pay once. That's fair, isn't it?
That's no secret. That's not what I heard.
Will you look at that?
What do you want?
Have you joined the city beggars?
really wants
Looks like it.
know that.
I'll tell you something. No matter what you're wearing, I can see right through you. To me,
That isn't true.
you're just a greasy little idler, nothing more.
You don't have to tell me that.
Really didn't deserve that.
What's your problem?
I know people of your sort. All talk, no guts. I detest somebody who dresses up all important and brags about his heroic deeds.
Anything from me.
Just yesterday, I slugged one of the boys here in the mouth because he claimed he could.
So what?
What's that supposed to mean? So what? Have you ever seen a black troll, Big Mouth? If you just get one step too.
That was obvious all along.
I'm not interested.
That's probably.
Don't say you didn't know that.
Everything.
Are you trying to get on my.
No time for things like that.
Really believe that?
You can't rely on that.
Nobody ever asked for my opinion.
It's a bad business.
What's up?
People from the city aren't welcome here.
I don't know why he gets so worked up.
The mercenaries came from everywhere?
Most of them came from the penal colony. Another group of mercenaries came from the south. I bet that a few of the bandits from the mountains have
Himself.
What do you know about the mercenaries from the south?
Not much. So far as I know, Silvio is their boss. Bulco, Sentenza, Raul, and
That's really not.
Which one of them came from the colony?
Lee and his people. Torloff, Cord, Jarvis, Wolf, and whoever else.
It's a bad business.
What bandits were you talking about?
I'm just blabbering. I'm not really sure about it. There are mountains with abandoned mines south of the valley. Some bandits are hiding up there. They're also convicts from the colony, just like most of the mercenaries in this court. The only difference is that they're even worse scum. They kill anyone who gets too close.
It's a bad business.
I don't believe this is gonna change.
I couldn't get away with that.
He really said that.
I've got my own opinion.
Can you teach me?
Listen, boy, why don't you slink off to the pasture for...
I am strong enough.
Nonsense, you couldn't even lift a decent sword like mine.
I said I am strong enough.
Oh, you're killing me. Want to risk a little bet?
Don't have to tell me that.
That's been going on a long time.
Hello, I'm new here.
Don't take this the wrong way, but I'm not really in the mood for...
You're awfully busy, huh?
You can say that again. Bennett makes so many weapons that I...
Can I buy
I don't have much. We take almost all the swords...
It's all just gossip. That was obvious all along.
You have to step in and stop touching that.
Is it really true? I'm not telling you anything. Nobody will learn anything from me.
I can't believe that. I've got my own opinion about that.
That was obvious all along. That's really my problem. It's all just gossip.
Again.
Nobody ever asked for my opinion, obvious.
If he doesn't see that, then
I'm staying out of it.
I don't believe this is gonna change. The first I've heard of it.
I never knew that. He really said
Same
that.
old thing all over again.
Tell me that is
There've been all kinds of rumors.
There's nothing you can do about it. Tell me you
was
didn't
no
know
way.
all
That's
of
the
it.
truth.
It's a strength. I won't tell me that.
Really didn't deserve that.
Is it really true?
That isn't true.
You know who to believe these days.
Don't say you didn't know that. Step in and sort things out.
That's all just gossip. It's been going on a long time.
It can't go on like this forever. Believe that.
I'm better off myself. I really believe that. I don't even know how to hold a sword.
I can't believe that. I'm in enough trouble as it is.
He doesn't see that. I'm not telling you anything new.
Have to listen.
It's the first I've heard of it. No touching that.
I'm better off myself. I'm better off
I could
myself.
tell you.
Nobody ever asked me that.
Nothing amazes me anymore. That's
I
nothing
said that
amazes me
myself.
anymore.
That was quite obvious. Why haven't I heard of that?
Is it really true? I'm better off myself.
I used to say that
That's a
myself.
strength. You really think of that.
Really didn't deserve to have that up then.
Nothing you can do about it. Ever change. That was obvious all along.
Really didn't deserve that.
Exactly what I said.
That's all just gossip.
Things I could tell you.
I just want to believe everything you hear.
insisted he knew better. Do you really believe that?
He really should have known better.
Why haven't I heard about this? It was quite obvious.
Listen.
Hey, I do not sell any weapons.
This is the first I've heard of it.
That's all.
Are you?
You're pulling my... I was just... Have you ever seen a... No. Then why do you ask?
What about?
What do you need?
That's all just gossip.
You already know what I think. You mustn't believe everything you hear is going to change.
He doesn't see that. He never would have thought of that
That
himself.
will never change.
I wouldn't have done it. He ran like Beliar himself was after him.
That's all just gossip.
Teach me.
As long as you aren't one of us, I'll be only very few, and that's a good thing. Nothing against you.
All that I had is a straight.
I'm staying out of it.
Someone tell me that.
Hey,
It's possible.
right. What do
That's all just gossip.
How's this?
Right now, we've got real trouble. Silvio and his people doubt that Lee is...
Listen to the wrong people.
How come there are two factions?
Most of us came out of the colony with Lee back then. But some of the mercenaries hooked up with us later. They didn't come from the colony, but were farther south fighting the Yorks. Somehow they got wind that Lee needed people. Their leader was Silvio. He agreed that Lee was in charge, but now he's trying to stir up the mercenaries against him and his plan. A lot of Lee's people don't think that it's a big problem, but I know guys like Silvio. He'll go to extremes to realize his ideas.
Do you know what Lee's intentions are?
He is planning to get us all away from the island, and Enos knows I've got nothing. I don't really know how he's planning to go about it.
That's all just gossip.
Do you know what's...
Silvio found out that some of the paladins have moved out to the old colony. He plundered the small farms, but Lee thinks that would be the worst.
And
You made the wrong choice. You...
What are you doing here?
Nobody will learn anything.
I'm...
We don't serve.
Been there, done that.
have to feel sorry.
It had to happen sooner.
Hey, it's right.
How...
Right.
How...
Muppets. Some he...
That's all just gossip.
He...
You listen to the wrong people.
What are you?
Huh?
We don't.
That's been going on a long time.
I hardly know what to believe anymore.
Hey. How's it going?
Have I given you permission?
He's the first I've heard himself.
A lot of people talk...
A lot of people talk.
What do you...
Oh, he's a good fighter. I wouldn't ever want to pick up. Unless, of course, it couldn't be.
Hey.
Silvio doesn't like being talked to.
That's not what I heard.
Hey,
It's...
Muppets. He'll go. He...
And...
Gone about it differently.
Nobody ever asked for my opinion. Nobody ever asked
Hey,
for my
you.
opinion.
How are things?
Hey,
It's pop.
I used to deal in swamp weed back in the colony.
And what are you dealing in now?
Ah, don't ask. I brought a whole package of swamp weed. Many of the mercenaries like a little smoke now and then, but some bastard stole. I'm pretty sure it was that Bodo. He bunks in the same room as me, and he always grins at me like such an idiot.
Let's wait and see what
What are you going to do about...
One of these days, I'll find a quiet... If I knock him down here in the middle...
How come?
Quite simple. We can't rough up the farmers, otherwise Lee makes us pay a heavy fine. And the more witnesses there are, the more of a... So I'll pull the thing off. I don't have any swamp weed.
I used to say that myself.
The things I can tell you about it differently. Nobody ever asks me. I'm no better off myself.
What do you want?
Can you help me?
I could show you how to use your strength. A lot of fighters are very weak because they don't have the same is true for dexterity. I said I could help, as long as you aren't one of us.
Nothing amazes me anymore.
There's more, believe me.
That's no secret. Like Beliar himself was better to watch out who you tell what. That's nothing new.
You don't have to tell me that.
Cypher told me that someone stole a package of swamp weed from him.
That's no secret.
He never would have thought of that himself. As if I didn't have enough problems.
Would you know anything about that?
You just have to
No.
listen.
That's not what I heard.
What are you smoking there?
Want a toke?
You already know what I think.
Nobody wants
No.
That's the first I've heard of it.
Where's the package?
What do I know?
There've been all kinds of rumors.
It was his decision, wasn't it?
I'll knock it out of you.
Relax. I'm here. First, take a big.
And that's the truth.
Where's...
What do I?
It's a bad business.
Do you do...
Not at the.
That was obvious. I don't want to hear that anymore.
Nobody wants to know.
I'm no better off myself. You don't have to ask me that. You already know what I think. That's nothing new.
The things I could tell you.
Will it ever change? Let's wait and see what happens. It's totally obvious.
And that's the truth.
Beliar himself was after him. The wrong people. That's all just gossip. You just have to listen.
Hey,
To the house of...
Onar pays us not to let... Just don't let any militia in here. Though...
I want to talk to Lee.
What do you...
He and I go way back.
You're a pal of Lee's? I don't believe a word. Lee's in the right wing. Don't even...
That's... Don't tell me I didn't know that.
Been there, done that.
Everything fine with you?
If it's something important, go talk to Lee. Otherwise...
Who the devil let you in here? What are you doing here? I thought you were dead.
What makes you think that?
Gorn told me it was you who brought down the barrier.
Yes, that was me, all right.
I never would have thought that a man could survive something like that. What?
That's really...
Gorn told you about me? What happened to him?
You remember him, don't you?
Sure.
He got caught by the Paladins and was sent back to the Valley of Mines with a penal convoy. If the road to the Valley of Mines wasn't plastered with Paladins and Orcs, I'd have sent a couple of the boys already to free him. But the way things are, there's no point. Poor devil.
What exactly are you doing here?
Quite simple. I'm gonna see to it that we all get off this island. Onar hired us to defend his farm, and that's exactly what we're gonna do. But our reward is more than just our pay. By helping the farmers, we cut the city off from its provisions. And the less the Paladins have to eat, the sooner they'll listen when I finally make them an offer of peace. Too bad that you had to join up with them, of all people.
What is your offer going to look like?
Essentially, it will be about our pardons and free passage to the mainland. You'll learn more when the time comes.
No idea. You tell me.
I don't believe this is gonna change. I never knew that.
And that's the truth.
Teach.
I only train...
Nobody ever has fun.
No idea. You tell me.
I'm not telling you anything new.
Things I could tell you.
Is it really true?
I'm gonna rip you to pieces.
That's all just gossip.
Somebody wants to know.
Will it ever change?
Nothing to be had there.
says things like that?
Now that's typical, isn't it?
That's what I've always said.
And so he bade Enos to
For the
leave
king.
a part of his power in his realm, so that he might restore it to the human.
Hey, you!
You're with the militia now. As long as you're in the army, naturally I won't expect... But if you need it...
Teach me how to...
It's quite simple, boy. Then you pound the blade and...
I want to be...
Come back. You've all come back if you want.
Hey, you! What with? Hey, you!
There you are.
I want to...
Good. Fine. And here's your...
Hey!
If I hadn't seen it with my own eyes.
Nothing surprises me anymore.
Halt! Only the citizens of the town and...
That doesn't surprise me.
I'm a respected...
Whatever prompted the masters of Corinus to let you sign on as an apprentice, you may enter, but behave yourself.
I hardly know what to believe anymore.
It's really not my problem.
Same old thing, all over again.
I've got my own opinion about
Ah, you again. So, you actually managed to get into the upper quarter. There are some things you must heed here. Otherwise, you will wind up outside as fast as you got in here. You're only allowed to enter the merchant's buildings. You can recognize them by the signs over the door. Just so there are no misunderstandings. The other buildings belong to important citizens. There is nothing there for you. As a member of the militia, you also have access to the rooms of the paladins. But your quarters are still in the barracks. The important citizens of this town live in this quarter, so treat them with respect. Do we understand each other?
Sure. Somebody already reported the dragons here?
Yes. The fellow's name was Diego. I think so, in any case. I warned him just like you. But the lunatic just wouldn't stop getting on my nerves.
I used to say that myself.
Where can I find Lord Hagen?
He's in the town hall, at the end of the upper quarter. But you will not be admitted there without a good reason.
I hardly know what to believe anymore.
He really should have known better.
How's business?
Not so great. Back when the prisoners would scrape boxes and boxes of ore from them. On their way back, they bought food and other wear. But now we're cut off from the mainland, and I have to rely on the farmers.
How do you make...
Right now, I'm living off my savings. But if I can't get...
What are you...
Who are you then? Looks like you're new and haven't... They call me Gerbrandt. That's me.
I get the point, Mr. Gerbrandt, sir.
At least it didn't take you too. As soon as business starts picking up again, you'd make a really good... Can you read?
Of course.
Fine, fine. Trains, how about your references?
References?
All right. I shall remember your face.
I used to say that myself.
Will it ever change?
Nobody wants to know.
Nobody ever asks for my opinion.
Do you really believe that?
That's no secret.
No idea. You tell me.
I've heard a thing or two.
It's bad business.
I couldn't care less.
See? That wasn't so hard.
I've got no time for things like that.
I'm no better off myself.
You don't have to tell me that.
I used to say that myself.
Don't tell me you didn't know that.
I'm staying out of it, just like you said.
I agree with you completely.
Halt! Only men who are in service to the king.
I am a member of the militia.
All right, you can go in.
Been there, done
I have already heard of you. Lothar has reported that you wish to speak with me. You are the stranger who has demanded the Eye of Innos. I am Lord Hagen, Paladin of the King, warrior of our Lord Innos, and Commander-in-Chief of Corinus. I have much to do, so do not waste my time. Tell me, rather, why you are here.
The hosts of evil are gathering very close to here, in the Valley of Mines.
In the Valley of Mines? We have dispatched an expedition there. We are also aware of reports that say the pass there is occupied by orcs. But thus far, no news has reached me of an army of evil. What army is that supposed to be?
An army of dragons who have gathered hosts of their minions around them.
Dragons? According to the old scriptures, it is many centuries since dragons were last sighted. Tell me, why should I believe a word you say?
But the question isn't whether you can believe me. The question is whether you can afford not to believe me when I tell the truth.
As long as I have no proof, I cannot afford to send even more men there.
So you want me to bring you proof?
Precisely. Cross the pass and go to the Valley of Mines. Once there, seek out the expedition, and when you have found them, speak to Commander Garond. If anyone knows the situation there, he will. If he confirms your words, then I am prepared to help you.
Does that mean you'll hand over the Eye of Innos to me?
The Eye of Innos? Good. Bring me proof. Then I shall see to it that you are permitted to wear the amulet.
Then can I say I've got your word on this matter?
You can, for you have it.
How am I supposed to get across the pass?
I shall give you the key to the gate to the pass. However, you will have to find your own way through the ranks of the orcs. May Innos protect you.
I want to take up service with the Order.
To be a warrior of Innos, only the noblest, if you are truly determined.
How can...
Your deeds will show. We fight for freedom. We fight against Beliar and his henchmen who want to...
I understand.
You understand nothing at all. A paladin goes into battle praising Innos, and many of us have lost. Every single one of us has committed himself. Only he who...
I want
to be a... If
Why?
We are on an important mission. I told you that we have sent an expedition.
What do you...
It is a divine artifact in the... However, the scriptures also...
According to the reports I've received, the Valley up. Make sure to equip yourself well.
How is this?
The war isn't won yet, although the royal troops, but small bands of orcs are gathering in. They fight without honor and without faith. And
can you?
I only instruct the.
What is it?
A paladin is in return.
Can you?
I only in.
Hey.
What's your business here?
Who are...
I am Larius, even if it may not seem so.
So you're in charge?
Well, that Lord Hagen is in command.
I didn't mean to...
You have failed?
How's it...
What business is it of yours?
I know nothing about picking locks. Hey, you!
I am Girion, master of two-handed combat and paladin of the king.
Can you...
If you wish to learn something, I am a warrior.
Doesn't see that, I can't help him.
Innos deals out fair punishment.
And Beliar spoke to another.
My name is Ludero.
What wares do you have to...
Well, especially rare and unusual thing.
Are you looking for anything in particular?
Yes, for my current assignment, but not just any old claws. It would have to be something special.
Where can I find...
There are a few of them on this island, but most of them live in the Valley of Mines.
And what's in it for me?
I could get you a ring of invincibility.
I'll see what I can... Show me your...
If I hadn't seen it with my own eyes.
That's an open secret.
I don't believe that.
That's not what my husband thinks.
Honestly, I witnessed it myself.
I can't take care of everything for everybody.
But that's terrible.
That's what I've always said.
That's an
Welcome, traveler. I have a large selection and reasonable price.
It's going to get even worse.
Show me...
And he works all day, too.
I don't believe that.
Honestly, I witnessed it myself.
I can't take care of everything for everybody.
He simply talks too much.
Go away, don't tell me that.
Adanos saw that order and chaos were now unequal, and he bade Enos to take his divine power from the
I've got no time for
Hey, you, wait a minute. You're headed...
And?
Here's a bargain. You give me a report on what's going on with the ore,
I used to say that.
and for a ring that increases your life.
I'll see what I can...
Do you really believe that?
I've got no time.
He never would have thought of that himself. Where did you pick that up, then?
Nothing surprises me anymore.
I'll never get this open without the right key.
Halt! No one may...
I belong...
Do you have an order?
No.
Then get out of here!
Is it really true?
Why get so worked up?
I never knew that.
I don't believe this is gonna change.
He never would have thought of that himself.
It can't go on like this forever.
That's really not my problem.
You didn't get that from me.
I never knew that.
Can you...
You have paid Gritta's debt with Mateo. You seem to be a decent fellow. However, I cannot...
How much do you...
200...
Fine.
This money will
I agree with you.
That's what I've always said.
That's not what I heard.
Really, how interesting.
Don't tell this to anyone. I haven't seen it.
That's an open secret.
Everybody knows by now.
Do you really believe that? I'm not touching that.
Same old thing all over. I could have told you that before.
That was obvious.
But he knew that all along.
I hadn't seen it with my own eyes.
As if I didn't have enough.
Honestly, I witnessed it myself. Go away, don't tell me that.
That's the first I've heard of it. I wouldn't have done that.
Someone's got to do the work.
I don't believe that.
These are bad times.
You know,
Sure thing.
Everybody knows by now.
how's
The only ship it's over.
what kind of
Nothing. What good?
what?
They don't dare come.
He'd better shut up.
It was obvious all along.
I need.
That's an open secret.
Who counts among.
You won't find anyone down here at the harbor. The only powerful man here. The moneylender is not very popular, but the merchants and craftsmen also have a lot of.
Who's in debt to Lamar?
If you want to know, only it might be pretty difficult to do. As far as I know,
Will it ever change?
who can? There are a few competent people. Carl the blacksmith is a sturdy fellow. Ulrich knows a lot about fight. And if you're crazy enough to go see.
Where can I find old.
Oh, boy, the king will have won it. Just look around the harbor. He's easy to find.
Where can I.
You're not likely to find work down, but if you wield a decent blade, you can go check.
Is there any special work to be had around here?
Something special.
I can't take care of everything.
Do you really think?
Go talk to Nagur then.
Someone's gonna do the work. Honestly, I witnessed it myself.
Who says things like that?
Some problem solved.
Really, how interesting.
Cardiff says.
There are no jobs for the... You're about to stick your nose into things. Get lost.
Who are your.
You don't really think I'd take...
Who says things like that?
Who says things like
Do
that?
you really think?
And he works all day, too.
He simply talks
I
to
never
me.
knew that.
Hey!
Believe that.
That's exactly what I said.
Teach me.
Go away. Don't tell me
I never knew that.
Who says things like that?
Nothing's ever gonna change that.
Hey, you.
It's not what I heard.
Tell me.
The harbor, there's no.
I could have told you that before.
But no, he insisted he knew better.
That's nothing.
Come back.
I agree with you completely.
Hey! What? I only.
To be... But no, Hey, you still... Now, I... Hey, you still here? Now, I...
Let's. About.
Have you found it?
Not so. Hey, you! Could you...
Sure thing. Oh.
Isn't worth...
Someone's got to do the work.
Don't bother.
Hey, you! Well, take me...
Forget it. When I think of... Besides...
Why not?
Entrance is on...
Would you like...
I won't.
They've even spotted an orc.
Yeah, right. Listen, we'll...
I see. Would you like...
A tasty... You know, you don't...
Would you like...
Sure, I...
Hey, come closer. The paladins will set every...
Hey! Would you like...
You know...
Hear ye, inhabitants
You have
of
a...
I
Varanus.
offer only the very
By the
blood of
explicit
How's
order
that
of the
done?
honorable
Starts
Lord
with my
Hagen,
this.
The following decree is hereby enacted. The
Where can I get
security measures
apple-
for the
I shall
protection of
give
the
you
upper
2
quarter
por
will be
if you
further
crave
strengthened.
more.
The guards on the gates are ordered to interpret
Can you-
the law in the
Yes.
strictest
Time
sense
has
in order to
progressed.
prevent
How much?
For a
unauthorized
paltry 100...
Tell me...
All right, son of brain. A mercenary. He will need you. A terrible murder. The sinister henchmen. They are coming. But the 3 shall... That's all.
Someone's got to do the work.
That's not what my husband thinks.
So...
Well, only a few days ago. Don't ask me what I vaguely remember.
And he works all day, too.
Where does...
Somewhere down at the harbor.
All day too.
Didn't you go looking?
No, but they haven't been able. I hope he didn't get attacked. I'm afraid that I'll stumble over his. I don't think I.
That's not what I heard.
You don't
She'll
say.
take your pick.
Who says things like that?
That's what I've always said.
Honestly, I witnessed it myself.
Everybody knows by now.
I don't believe that.
I've got to suit your...
It's going to get even worse.
That's not what my husband thinks.
I can't take care of everything for everybody.
I won't
Hey,
tell
you!
anything from now on.
What else?
And it's going to get even worse.
I won't tell her a thing from now on.
That's not what my husband thinks.
Who says things like that?
And he works all day too.
Everybody knows by now.
He'd better shut up.
Alric says you got his sword.
Do you mean that ragged fellow who traded his weapon to...
That's him.
I still have the sword.
How much do you want?
Well, for you... so what? Here, take it.
Honestly, I witnessed it myself.
Someone's got
There you are again. Harrod has finally finished that damn assignment for the Paladin. That means that I can now...
Show me...
That's not what I heard.
Everybody knows by now.
That's an open secret.
Don't tell this to anyone.
Really, how interesting.
That's an open secret. That's terrible. He simply talks too much.
Don't tell this to anyone.
Everybody knows by now.
One more.
Listen, kid, we're talking.
Who says things like that?
What's...
I wonder why if they were...
What in the...
Maybe you better... But...
I've got your sword.
Ah, that's much better.
I want to...
Do you have 50 gold?
Here you are.
We have a new... The bets are played. Are you ready?
Come here.
Then let's see. Do you have...
Here.
The bets. Are you ready?
Come here.
Then let's...
Don't stop now! That hit the spot.
Ah, my head.
Hey.
Oh, man. Here's your 100...
I agree with you completely. Let's wait and see what happens.
It's an open secret.
Nothing surprises me
He
anymore.
simply talks too much. He don't say.
Better shut up.
It's a bad business.
He don't say.
If I hadn't seen it with my own eyes.
What is this hot creature of the...
Interesting.
Who says things like that?
Hey.
Hey,
I just want to ask you a few...
I could tell you a thing or two.
Then let's go up.
Fine, but you get...
I want to...
Fine. Go upstairs.
Hey.
Who says things like that?
Let's go upstairs.
Today's your lucky day. And it's gonna get even worse.
These are bad times.
Who says things like that? That's terrible.
Everybody knows by now.
And he works all day, too.
He can't keep anything to himself.
He simply talks too much.
If I hadn't seen it, I can't take care of everything for everybody.
Who says things like, honestly, I witnessed it myself.
I can't take care of honestly. I witnessed it myself. Now that's typical.
That's not what my husband they don't say. Now that's typical, isn't it?
That's what I always say.
So can we talk?
We've got enough privacy. Bromar doesn't like to see us talk to guests during work. So you want to know more about the people who disappeared down here at the harbor? I don't know whether I can help you much, but at least I can tell you what became... That's not what I heard.
Tell me about Lucia.
Nobody here is too sorry that she's gone.
Why?
I don't think there was anyone here whom she didn't try to use. She was a real bitch.
Where did she disappear to?
She used to see a lot of Elveridge, the apprentice of Thorben, the carpenter from the lower part of town. I bet she's up and left with that young man.
Everybody knows by now.
Where could the two of them have gone?
If the wolves didn't eat them, I suppose they went to stay with the farmers. Where else would they go?
What else do you know?
I've heard many stories about people who disappear down here at the harbor, but I'm not so sure whether I should believe them. You should have a chat with the merchants down here. That's all I can tell you, alas. Now, what about the two of us, sweetie? You paid for it after all. Wouldn't you like to have a little fun before you leave?
Thanks, but I've got to go now.
Too bad. Well, maybe next time.